With budget news, high-level representatives from both the DA and ANC are set to meet today to discuss that reversal of the VAT increase. The DA says it is now awaiting a formal written settlement offer before responding to Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's proposal for an out-of-court settlement. Just a reminder that we will be taking that ANC briefing from Luthuli House at 10 a.m. We'll also be speaking to my colleague there, Vuyo Mvoko, then just before that kicks off. We'll speak to him around 8 a.m. this morning. Let's speak to one of the parties and the leader for this, ultimately, who have consistently fought against this VAT increase, even before it was announced the first time around, when that VAT increase was supposed to be around 2 percentage points, as put forward by Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana. DA spokesperson Karabo Khakhau joins us live to discuss the latest in all of this. Karabo, DA must be happy.
Good morning to your viewers. Thank you so much for having the Democratic Alliance here. We're certainly celebrating because this is a victory for the people of South Africa, Arabile. That the people of South Africa who've made it clear from the onset that they do not have more rands or cents to pay for food, for chicken enang le masapo, for baby formula, for school shoes, for nappies, for fuel, for basically living all together. And this is a fight that as the Democratic Alliance we took on behalf of South Africans, alongside South Africans to curb. And so we're very excited to have had the waking up to the news that we have here today, particularly because we wouldn't have seen the rise of this day had the Democratic Alliance not fought as hard as we did, had we not gone to court. The fact that Minister Godongwana's legal team approached the Democratic Alliance's legal team to ask for an out-of-court settlement is a clear indication that even they themselves, they knew that they were going to lose that case. And we're very proud as the Democratic Alliance that we were able to fight for South Africans there. But that's part A of our application, Wena Arabile. Part B of our application still stands because as a matter of principle, the Democratic Alliance is still of the belief that Section 7.4 of the VAT Act is inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution, which delegates the power to tax South Africans for revenue collection purposes to the legislative arm of state. That means, on a national sense, only Parliament can impose taxes for revenue collection. Provincially, it would be the provincial legislatures, and on a local level, it would be the municipal councils. Now, Section 7.4 then delegates the power to the executive arm of state, which is Ntate Godongwana. That is inconsistent with the law. That is not what we want to see moving forward. We don't want to have to deal with reckless ministers who are tone deaf to the hopes and aspirations of South Africans who want to go ahead and impose taxes nonetheless. So we're still going ahead to tax the Constitution there to make sure that we have an alignment with our Constitution. But today we are celebrating with South Africans. We are happy, and we want to reiterate to South Africans that our commitment when we said we want to rescue South Africa was exactly this, being able to fight as hard as we can to champion the voices of South Africans who said down with this sort of thing. We don't want to see it, and we've seen that for them.
Okay, Karabo, help me understand then, and it goes to that second part then of your application here as well. If Parliament was the ones who voted in the fiscal framework and they ultimately then ratified and put VAT in effect, they voted, they made VAT effective, would we not need to go to Parliament again to take it out? Or does this work as the Finance Minister himself, with this statement, effectively just takes it out? Is that the parliamentary procedure now? We don't have to go back. On the 1st of May, there will be no VAT. Is that what it means?
So that's the bone of contention. So currently, according to what Section 7.4 says, the minister announces and then Parliament follows what the minister says. So you would have read in Treasury statement as well that the Speaker must now reconvene Parliament for us to reconsider the fiscal framework altogether. So, but what we are in court fighting for as far as Part B is concerned is to say it shouldn't be that the minister must dictate to us that we either have VAT or we don't have VAT. Parliament, as the legislative arm of state, as the authority that is delegated the power as per the Constitution, should be the one that announces this imposition, and then the executive, which is Minister Godongwana, must follow suit. But Section 7.4 then is what we are still contesting there. But as for now, because we are still yet to hear Part B, what happens is that Parliament must go back and redo the whole thing. And we would have had more time to do so
Yeah.
had from the onset Minister Godongwana wouldn't have been as stubborn in his pursuits, because we said from the onset to say, listen, even procedurally, even outside of the constitutional irregularity that we have pointed out, procedurally, there was a flaw as far as the Select Committee on Finance, that is comprising of representatives of both houses of parliament, the National Assembly, as well as the National Council of Provinces. That process was flawed. The adoption of the fiscal framework was flawed, one, in there. Two, the report that was tabled before the Houses of Parliament was inconsistent with the draft report that was voted for in that committee. So in El Khafal, we were going to have to go back to reconsider, and we had ample time to do so. But they didn't think this is a thing that is important. But the bottom line is our court case.
Sure.
Squeezed in the right direction, and we're happy. And we want to thank South Africans, Wena Arabile. We want to thank the people of the Republic who fought alongside us as the Democratic Alliance, who said that in our Republic, we won't have a tax increase, not with the current economic positions. And we want to say thank you for your support, and together, let's continue to fight.
Karabo, then what happens at this stage now? Are we saying, and this is, I'm only doing this because I want to reiterate to South Africans exactly what happens from here. And I want to put it in the most basic terms. I don't know currently what is going to happen. I don't know if South Africans know themselves what's currently going to happen. After this statement from Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana and the Finance Ministry, does this mean no VAT will come into effect on the 1st of May? Or does it mean between now and the 1st of May, Parliament would have to reconvene and have a sitting, vote against having VAT in place then, and then VAT isn't in place?
According to Section 7.4, it means that we are not going to have, according to Section 7.4 of the VAT Act, it means that we're not going to have a VAT increase on the 1st of May. But it also means, given the procedure of Parliament that needs to follow, it means that Methoko Didiza, the Speaker of Parliament, needs to reconvene Parliament for us to go back to reconsider the fiscal framework. Particularly because the money bills attached to it have also then been withdrawn. But what is also important that I want to communicate to South Africans, Arabile, is that the Democratic Alliance is today at 8:15 going to hold a media briefing at Parliament with myself, my colleague, the other national spokesperson, that Vili Okam, as well as the chairperson of Federal Council, that is Helen Zille. So at 8:15, we're going to have a press briefing where we'll have an announcement of the political steps that we're going to take moving forward.
All right, perfect. Karabo, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much for helping us with as much as possible when it comes to the clarity. We'll certainly see how things fare in the coming days.